Before you clowns ask, yes, I understand that the 2 count videos are still up. 24 hours is sometimes a long time, as longer than you think it is. You think 24 hours or 24 hours? Are you crazy? What's good, everybody? It's your main man, Master Cell, leading the Master Knights of the Round Table. Now, Company 1. And yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and just talk about the 2026 Anime Awards because they feature 2025 anime. 2025 anime is anime I actually watched. So, I actually be able to have some input on that, I would think. And as far as people who want just maybe wonder about my time gone, how things been since I've been gone, it's fucked. Moving on though, I'm just gonna talk about the Anime Awards. Just something to do, you know what I'm saying? We're just trying to maybe but surely get back into the swing of things since my original ideas, every one of my original deals did not work. So we're gonna see what we got going on. These are the categories, but they've already been voted for, which I did not vote for. I did not participate in this because I do not have Crunchyroll at the moment. I don't know if you actually need a Crunchyroll to vote for this, but I haven't had Crunchyroll for quite a minute now. So, yeah. Let's just go ahead and move on to all these categories and see what took the awards. Oh, shit. Already fucking up. Anime of the Year is My Hero Academia final season. You know what? This slick ain't surprising considering how much this was talked about as it was airing. Because this is one of those, I understand shonen fans, right? But this is one of those situations where every episode was peak. Remember? And when it comes to this final season, I watched most of it. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I haven't finished it yet because when we got to the moment where All Might was going to be killed, but you know, right at the end of the episode, I know Bakugo showed up with that All Might card, and I was like, oh shit. But I ain't gonna lie, I was sitting on that for a minute. I was, because it kind of fucked me up, because it was kind of working, because you know, All Might was, you know, they had that prediction that All Might was going to die a gruesome death, and you know, they had all this shit going on, and then, you know, fucking All For One bitch ass is all of a sudden out here. You know, the moment kind of hit, I ain't gonna lie. So I had to sit on that for a while. Then I went crazy working, and then I haven't been watching shit, so that's why I haven't finished. But, you know, my boy Bakugo showed up, so I know he's going to be doing that good shit. But as far as this goes, you know, the other nominees, Apothecary Diaries Season 2, Dan Season 2, Gajia Kuta. I know way I'm saying that right. The Summer Hikaru Died. I just gonna get into that one. And his original sin. Now, anybody who's seen my videos before I nuked everything knows if I would have voted for this, I would have been picking Apothecary Diaries Season 2. Like, that's kind of a no-brainer. Dan Season 2 was off the chain, don't get me wrong, but Apothecary Diary just had a lot of the anime community and a chokehold, including myself, and it just works for some people. But I can see why My Hero got the Anime of the Year. I can see that. And to be fair, all these shows, if I went by some of my original rules, which would have been like, you know, no Season 2s, I would pick the shit. The Film of the Year is no shit. Demon Slayer. Of course it was going to be Demon Slayer. And here's the thing, bro. The only other thing that had a chance would have been Chainsaw Man. I'm not saying anything against all of these other movies, but of course it's Demon Slayer. Like, bro. And we still got 2 more of these Demon Slayer movies coming, so like whenever those movies do drop, do yourself a favor and just vote accordingly. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's keep these moving. Best continuing series is One Piece. Again, I mean, it's One Piece. But here's the thing, right? It's different for me here, because, like, Dan Season 2, Kaiju Number 8 Season 2, My Hero Academia Season 2, One Piece, Soul Level in the Rise, Spy Family Season 3. All these shows I have dipped my foot into or just straight up completed at least that season. So this time I can at least be like, as a continuous series, though, I still gotta say One Piece. Because that Egghead arc went crazy. Like, that was such an emotional arc. Kuma, best anime dad. All that stuff going on with Bonnie. Then, you know, they beat up Kirisu's monkey ass. waiting to see that. I'm a manga reader, so I knew it was coming. Don't get me wrong. I need to start spoiling. But look. Some things you be waiting to see animated. Just to live through that again for the second time, first and foremost, but live through that in peak animation. Saving that ass for me. I know Kirisu has a big fan base. I do not like the motherfucker. So, but yeah, and I get it. You know, Dad season 2 went crazy. Kaiju number 8 season 2 was pretty good. Soul leveling. I'm sorry you didn't sweep everything because you didn't have the recency bias with it this time around. Yeah, I said it. Spy Family season 3. Here's the thing. I don't hear a lot of people talk about Spy Family that much anymore. Not really. But. Actually, I can't even say that. Was season 3 better than season 2? I don't know. Season 3 was pretty solid, though. Like season 2, when I think back on season 2, my favorite part was Jorah doing that mission while they was on that boat. But season 3, like even with Lori's flashback and all that, my favorite part was the bus hijacking. That's something I have to think about. Season 2 versus season 3. You know what I'm saying? Both of them was better than season 1, but moving on. Best new series, of course. Hold on, they had Clementines on here. Second Border Days, hold on. The Second Border Days count. When did season 1 drop? Yeah, Kuta or Clementines? That's it, Kuta. It's this show. Clementines, I love you, but you know, that's gonna win. Of course, we got Best Original Anime. It's Lazarus. Like, guys. Why is Gundam G Quarks on here? Alright, bro. But it's Lazarus. Lazarus was very good. Very solid throughout the whole thing. I actually very much enjoyed how they closed things out. And yeah, quite frankly, if you haven't seen Lazarus, you probably wasn't watching Adult Swim, but I would recommend it. Best animation, Soul Leveling. This surprises no one. Soul Leveling, just to say this, Soul Leveling is indeed a good show. Solid show. I do like Jinwoo. I like the characters. I like the story being told throughout here. I do. But y'all carry this show simply off its animation. Oil farming and all that shit. That's why y'all love this show. That's why you keep this show at peak. And there's so much more to this show than that. That's what annoys me about Soul Leveling. You guys are just putting too much of its stock into one thing. But of course, that one thing is obviously going to win Best Animation. Like, I can even sit here and be like, I would prefer the animation to a My Hero, to a One Piece. But it is what it is. Y'all dick ride animation for Soul Leveling. Of course, it won Best Animation. Best Character Design. That's interesting. Well, you know. I would say this. Out of all the shows on here, I don't know, Original Sins anime, the character design was kind of. I would say this had the most original character design. Because, I love Apothecary Diaries, but, their characters do look like typical when it comes to anime characters. At the end of the day, his character design does have more of that dark outline to it with Side Saru doing it, but, still original formula. My Dress Up Doll in Season 2 being nominated at all is interesting. And then there's One Piece, but, they're still toy. Like, when it comes to, like, character designs, and I know this was best character design, that original character design, but if you had to pick one just to give it that spotlight, especially how big this show got and how good it was, yeah, I'm not mad at this at all. Matter of fact, if I was looking at this, I could probably handsomely say I would have voted for this. Best Director. Now, guys, I'm not going to be able to pull directors' names out of a hat and know what I'm talking about. But the winner went to the Apothecary Diaries. As far as the show being directed goes, when I think of a moment in Apothecary Diaries Season 2, I don't mean to spoil so much, but that moment in that episode where Mao Mao figured out what was going on with the kids, and she thought the kids had died, and she turned. I'm not even gonna. I don't want to spoil. I will stop. But the way they directed that scene, and she just went back at Lowland like. That scene hit for me, bro, when I watched it the first time. And it hit a second time because after I watched it, my sister-in-law and my brother was watching it, and I was in the room while they was watching it, and then that moment happened again. It just all hit me again. Because at that moment, like, because, I wanted to make sure I watched the show and wanted to end it at a reasonable time, so I switched to the sub right in the last few episodes. Then I watched it again, dub. And, I prefer the dub for Apothecary Diaries, and it just hit all over again. Better. But, so, like, when I think about that, that comes to mind, and I can handsomely say, and then My Hero Season 2, My Hero Final Season is on here. I just talked about that All Might moment. I don't know. No, I do know. I'm going to give it to Apothecary Diaries. I would have said Apothecary Diaries. that is like those moments. That what did it for me. If you would also avoid Apothecary Diaries, you got a moment, go ahead and say yours. Best background art. I'm going to be honest with y'all. For the first time so far, Kunlun generic romance, Kunlun showing up. I would have picked that just to make sure it won something. I'm going movie and music award logic right here. I see Kunlun generic romance for the first time. I wanted it to win something. I would have voted for that just because of that. That's it. That's all. Fuck it. Just being honest. Shout out to Kushida Kuta though. The end of season 2 also looked very nice. And also, so did the Summer Hikari died. Their background was very nice. I did not watch City Day Animation. Okay. Mass Romance. I did not watch The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. But the other shows on here is questionable. I'm being honest. Because then there's Blue Box is on here now, right? Finally gets Blue Box. But Blue Box had the whole thing going on with Hina. Excuse me. And that was a heartbreaker for a lot of people. The best girl didn't get it. But the whole thing with Shinasu didn't even start up for real yet. So if we would have picked Blue Box, what do we mean? That season 2. As much as I did like the progression with Momo and Okaru through that season, nothing really pop off yet. So can you really call it romance like that for real? Compared to what we actually get for actual romance shows. Then there's Honey Lemon Soda. Easily would have been my pick here. Honey Lemon Soda, not only an amazing show, but the way things worked out at the end, I would have easily picked that. But again, I heard about the Fragrant Flower Blooms. I just didn't watch it. But people was all over it saying the romance was beautiful, the show was beautiful. So I'm not going to say which is better. I'm just saying I would definitely pick Honey Lemon Soda. That's definitely a contender here. My Dress Up Darling, when it came to the romance side of things, they kind of fumbled to me. Not even a fumble. I think season 1 just did it better. That type of name. And one half season 2 is something I still have to watch. Ron Yasha, I'm sorry. I'm going to get to it, bro. I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get back with you. I haven't forgot. It's going to happen. I got Netflix again. So, it's going to happen. Best comedy being Dan to Dan. That's surprising at all. Compared to all these other shows on here, like Spy Family, as funny as that show can be, not really a comedy. I didn't watch The City. My Dress Up Darling was funny, but the reasons I found it funny is not, if you know what I mean. Again, Ramba Season 2, I haven't watched yet. Wish Watch I dropped. Don't ask. So, yeah, down got that. Hilarious series, especially when Evil Eye showed up. Best action being Soul Leveling. Again, the reason this won is because people dick ride his animation. And sometimes when Jim will be going in with that, I ain't gonna lie, them scenes be hitting. But on the same list with freaking One Piece, My Hero, Dan, I'm being real. I'm talking about the action itself. You can make the action look good as hell, but the action itself is what actually going on in the fights. I'm just saying. It would not have been so leveling for me here. It would not. But hey, so leveling one, we know why. Best Isekai. The only show I had seen here was Konosuba. I dropped ReZero a long time ago. Best drama, Apothecary Diary Season 2. I think that one was just a good... You know what, here's the thing, right? I couldn't get into the Summer Hikaru died, but I know some places where that show goes, so I get it. If you would have picked that show, okay. And Original Sin, how do you really categorize that show for real though? Or that short for real? It wasn't long. I don't know what Anne Shirley is. What is that? There's too much ignorance here. Apothecary Diaries won. I probably would have voted for that. So yeah, I would have voted for Blue Box. Blue Box could get dramatic at times, mind you, with the events that have been going on. But best slice of life, Spy 7 season 3. Yeah, just yeah, yeah. Best main character is Mao Mao. Why the hell do y'all got Momo and Okaroon on this list? And you know what's funny? It's funny. I just went to MomoCon, right? And you know I got an autograph from AJ Beckles, the guy who voices Okaroon in the English dub. He straight up said himself. He said this. Now Momo is the main character of the show. I know there's a male lead, a female lead, protagonist, and all that stuff going on. He said Momo is the main character. And I know English dub, English voices, shut the fuck up. He said that. Now, to be fair, I could have gone to Abby tried that same goddamn con and asked her how she felt. But I didn't. That line was long. But when I got her autograph when I was in Seattle, she didn't say that shit. So I'm going with Momo on that one. Since y'all want to give them two options. And probably what fucked y'all up. You know, made the people choose between them two. You just would put Momo there by herself. She might have won this shit. But it went to Mao Mao. And Mao Mao's the GOAT, so let's be real. I'm surprised Midoriya is even on this list. Don't y'all hate Midoriya? Ain't that a thing? Excuse me. With some Jimbo on here, I might be surprised that one. Best supported character, Bakugo, the All Might Saber. I like how they got Lowland on here. I mean, do Lowland, like, I mean, you can say Sisu as well, her actual name. Well, Lowland, that's confusing. It's been a minute since I watched Apothecary Diaries. I'm not getting into that. But, but man, I don't know. Because, you know, at the time shit was airing, I would have picked Turbo Granny. But I watched of season 2 of this before the voting came out, so it's like, it's one of those things where, like I said, it's the moment that hits your mind. I was just talking about Bakugo 2 times already. So, like, if I would have seen Bakugo, especially with that face, right at that moment when he hits that damn tower, holding that All Might card, looking at that shit, that is the face right there. Bakugo probably would have got that vote for me, I ain't gonna lie. So, there you go. Best anime must protect at all costs character. They gave it to Alya. You know what's ironic? When it comes to Alya, at this point, if she was voted on this, she would have asked for second son. What's up, Damien? Must protect Izuku at all times. I mean, Midoriya kind of got it himself at this point. Like, that was defined in season 5. I'm just saying. Must protect Mao Mao. See, here's the thing. Like, I agree, but Mao Mao got it, right? I mean, I'm just saying. Unless you just, like, when he had to come in with a fucking army just to save her. Well, I mean, a lot cannot, but, you know, the moon print. I said no spoilers, right? But they got that girl from the Fragrant Flower Blooms on here, so I can see that. They got Suka from fucking Dr. Stone. See, after that moment where, you know, that time skip happened, it's hard not to spoil, guys. I mean, hell, these shows is over, right? But, it's weird that Alya won when Uncle is on here. I guess if you couldn't protect him, let's not get into that. Good job, Alya. Best song, Iris Out from Chainsaw Man. That song apparently went crazy on streaming. Went ahead, got his records with the quickness. Like, I'm just saying. And plus, Chainsaw Man got multiple entries on here. Why do you have, if you got Solo Level on here, how do you, You know what? Good job, Chainsaw Man. Good job. Best anime score went to Demon Slayer. Really? It did? Because fucking My Hero's not on here. Why? Do I not know what score means? I think of score, I think like the ratings the episodes got. Now, if you think of the movie itself, right? The movie probably got good ass rating. Probably got good ass score. But when My Hero was coming out, y'all motherfuckers was 9 point something on every fucking episode. Every episode was like damn near 10 out of 10 when that shit was going on. But hey, it is what it is. Like I said, Infinity Castle is going to be put over the Rize arc. So, yeah, I can't see it though. I can see it. Kind of a sheet if you ask me, using the movie, but it is what it is. Let's open this sequence. Hold on. Damn one. Even though I prefer the ending to season 2, but you know, hey man, I did like Watch Me by Witch Watch. I did like that. I mean, when I think of these shows, the openings are actually replay. It is Dan for the options that's on here, rather. Best ending sequence, My Hero on. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. Best ending sequence, Dan is not an option. Like, what are we doing? Like, and why Beautiful Colors there? Well, you know what? Maybe that one more public. Maybe I'm biased. But. Okay, you can have it. You can have it, My Hero. And just like the choices, or even the animes they shows at the times is just questionable. Best vocal artist performance, they gave it to Mao Mao. You know, I love her dub voice much more, so whatever. Mao Mao, but here's the thing: Mao Mao sub in her dub is like still the same vibe. Like, not speaking for the whole show. But if I'm just talking about the character, Mao Mao sub dub could go either way. No, it can't. But her sub is still very, very good. Very good. As far as everybody else go, I mean, My Hero I have not watched subbed. I do not watch My Hero subbed. Some Hikaru died. The little bit I watched that, it was on Netflix. I watched that dub. I don't know. Like we say, like the reason I watch subbed. Monkey D. Luffy. I mean, his sub voice is kind of, I cut out the One Piece dub when I got to Wano because I ran out of dub episodes, so I haven't watched One Piece dub in quite some time. So I can say that. And Denji, I prefer Denji's dub. This is a bad question to ask me, yo. Let's move on. Best voice artist in Arabic. I mean, shout out Sakamoto, but what the fuck? This is Brazilian. I'm just scrolling past these guys. I don't know. Oh, English. That sounds so fucking. It's not like that, y'all. I just didn't watch those other dubs. Rize, see, I didn't watch the Chainsaw Man movie. It's dubbed. And Emmy Lowe is here. Y'all know damn well that I got that Emmy Lowe autograph Apothecary Diary picture in this room right here. I'm just saying. Demon Slayer, I don't watch dubbed. I watch the subs. Okay? This is biased opinions here. How the fuck my mom ain't win this? Moving on. There's French, there's German, there's Hindi, there's Italian, Spanish. Oh damn, that's it. What the hell? Like half of the damn list was just like different voice actors from different countries. Representation, okay, but like for real? Oh no, we did go through everything. Alright. How long has this shit been so far? $25 What the fuck I be talking so long for? Alright. Okay, so to finish this thing off, a quick skill. Anime of the year, I understand. Film of the year, I understand. Best continuing series, I understand. New series, I understand. Original, I understand. Animation, I get. Character design, yep. Best director, no problems there. Best background art, debatable. Best romance, I didn't see the show, but I understand. Best comedy, yep. Best action, no. Best isekai, no. Best drama, yes. Slice of life, I'll give it to it. Best main character, yeah. Best supporting character, you got that right. Protect at all costs, I understand. Best anime song, one by default. Anime score, depends what the fuck you mean. Opening sequence, I'll give it to you, just considering the options. Any scene is the same. And this is all different dubs. There you go, y'all. That's the goddamn Crunchyroll awards. Let me know what you think of these awards. Let me know what you think of the picks. Let me know what your favorite anime of last year was. If I had to pick a favorite anime from last year, out of all the shows I watched, I have to get back to you on that. How many 5 months into 2026? Is it still too late to pick anime of the year 2025? Is it? Serious question.